to my podcast, Fashion Canes. I am your host, Alicia. My co-host in this podcast episode is Brianna.
Hello.
Okay, this is part 2 to the previous podcast episode titled The Visual Impairment No One Talks About. Okay, Brianna, this is your last time on my podcast, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
More
because
than likely.
because you're going back to college.
Yeah.
You have been in college, then you took a summer job here at the gym, then you're going back to college soon.
Yep. Finished my freshman year of college, and I'm working 2 jobs. So I'm working at this physical therapy place, and I'm also working another job. So I've come back and worked the whole summer, and then I'm gonna go back and continue my sophomore year.
Okay, so if y'all have not watched the podcast episode titled The Visual Impairment No One Talks About, please watch it before you watch this one. Because this podcast episode will make more sense if you watch the other one first, right?
Yes, it would. It would make a lot more sense.
Okay. So Brianna,
Yes.
you know what is absolutely it's actually kind of unsettling.
What's unsettling?
Ophthalmologists are not taught about object detection.
Really?
They know that there are people who can see objects. But from my understanding, now I could be wrong, but from my understanding, when they think people can see objects, they think that they see objects and they know what they're looking at. They do know that some people can see shapes. Seeing shapes is relatively common in the low vision community, right?
Right.
Yeah. It is very unfortunate that ophthalmologists are not taught about object detection. It is a real situation. It is not common. However, they still need to be aware of it. That way, when they have a patient who comes in and complains, I can see objects in contrast and blend and color, but I don't know what I'm looking at. At least they won't say, well, baby, you got hand motion. Or, it's all in your mind. Or, stop making it up. Does that make sense?
That's not right.
No, it's not right. It is not right. But it's not their fault they're not taught about it. Okay, I just want to say, a person who has object detection from real life experience, because that's the visual acuity I have, I am not making it up. It is not in my head. It is reality. So, I'm working out on the treadmill, and there is a screen on the treadmill with lots of buttons on it. I'm looking at it, and it's like there's nothing on the screen. Okay, this treadmill has 2 cup holders. There's one here on the left and one here on the right. If I had not touched these to know that they were cup holders, then I wouldn't know what they were. It's just an object on top of an object. Brianna, does that make sense or is that confusing?
That does make sense. Yeah. So you cannot see any numbers that are on the screen?
No numbers.
No
It's just a blank screen.
Are you able to see the colors?
It's blue.
Okay.
The whole thing is blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not this, but all of this is blue. The whole screen is blue. What do you see when you look at the screen?
Hang on just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna have to pause this video, all right?
Huh?
We're gonna have to. We have another patient right here. Let me see. I can do this right here. This is perfect.
What do
okay.
you do?
You can still continue.
Okay, so what do you see when you look at the screen?
1 second.
Okay. Anyway, So like, that's an example of object detection. Another example of object detection would be like, so this purse that I'm wearing, it's got pearls on it. When I bought this purse in the store, someone told me that it had pearls on it. I could see this, so the purse, and I could see these, the embellishment on it. However, I don't know what the embellishment is without being told, or without touching it, either one. When I touched it, I thought that they were diamonds. I thought that they were fake diamonds. Someone had to tell me that they were fake pearls. It's like a bling object that's kind of spread out on a dark colored object. That's the closest thing I can compare it to.
I'm back.
Yeah, so what do you see when you look at the screen of the treadmill?
So I currently see, there's a tracker and it shows how far you went compared to a mile. And it says that you've been on the treadmill for 7 minutes and 12 seconds. It shows the distance in a number, shows how many calories you've burned, and it shows the speed that you're at, which is 1.
What colors do you see?
They're red and green.
Oh, so the whole screen is not just blue?
No.
Do you see blue?
I don't see blue. It is gray. There is some gray in it, so you might be seeing that, which is the whole back portion of it. So it could be all blending together.
Yeah, it's not like a light blue, but it's not really navy blue.
Yes, yeah, that would make sense.
What is that? Like a dark blue?
No, it's just a light blue.
Huh.
Yep. So we're at 8 minutes on the treadmill. We got 2 more minutes.
Yeah, so you said your grandmother has low vision.
Yes.
You didn't say that in this podcast episode, but you said it before when we were talking.
I think I explained it.
You explained it in
Last-
part 1, the last one. So can she see color?
I don't think so. No.
Is it just that she confuses color, or is it just that there's no color?
Actually, I think she's
Color
I
deficient?
don't think she's completely colorblind, but I think she gets mixed up between 2 things. You know, I think they sort of swap.
Yeah,
But I don't think it's fully gone.
yeah, I mean, just because you confuse colors don't mean that you can't perceive color.
Yeah.
It's just that you're doing it incorrectly.
Yeah.
So what eye condition does she have?
I don't know. I mean,
Huh?
all I've ever been told is that she is legally blind.
Without a
But-
reason?
I don't know.
They didn't tell you the reason?
Not really, no.
So did she start off life with 2200 vision?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly.
So ever since you have known her, when you was little, like, do you remember her having like 2200 vision and 2400 vision and?
I don't know. I think she's always had a little bit. But hang on, I've got to have somebody else, okay, Lisa?
Okay.
I've got 1 more minute.
Yeah, for those who don't know, 2200 vision is the border of legally blind. So for example, if you take 5 people with 2200 vision and line them up in a room and say, so what is your vision like? You will get 5 different answers. That is true for people who have 2200 vision, and that is true for people who are all along the spectrum. All the way from 2200 vision all the way to shape perception and object detection, which are the 2 visual acuities that are visual impairments that lie between hand motion and count fingers. Thankfully, ophthalmologists do know about shape perception. They know that people with severe, very severe low vision are able to see shapes a lot of the time. However, it would be great if they were told the truth that sometimes when someone can't count fingers and sees more than hand motion, which is basically shadows, and can't see shapes, that these people have object detection vision. It is very real. It is not made up. And truly, they need to know about it. They need to know that it's real. I hope that this video and this podcast episode, the visual impairment that no one talks about part 2, and the podcast episode, the visual impairment no one talks about part 1, has helped you to better understand object detection, and I hope that it's helped you to understand that it is not just in our heads. We're not making it up. It's not something fictitious that came from a rainbow and unicorn fantasy land. It's not that. It is real, it's just that I'm not able to make out what it is that I'm looking at, even though the objects are there. So basically, in short, to sum up this podcast episode and the previous one, the visual impairment that no one talks about is object detection. It needs to be better known about. It needs to be studied in ophthalmology school. It needs to have widespread awareness so that when someone faces it, or when someone knows someone who faces it, they will know or be able to be told what is going on, exactly, truly what their visual acuity is. Shape perception and object detection are the two visual acuities that lie between hand motion and count fingers. I don't think that one, like shape perception or object detection, is necessarily better than the other. I would just say that they're different. I would just say like they're different visual acuities, but I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. However, they both lie between hand motion and count fingers. Brianna, is there anything you want to add to this?
No, ma'am.
No?
But I think we're done, ready to get off the treadmill.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you for being on my podcast. And thank you for being on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
The times when you were.
Yeah, it's been a joy this summer to meet you and be on the podcast.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching this podcast episode.